Okay. Always takes a few minutes to officially be live. And, have to allow that time to pass. You have to allow people to come, to arrive. Yeah, it's been one of those days. I mean, people, you can blame me for the news, but it's not my fault. Like, I'm not the one who has made the Deadpool sequel suck. I didn't do that. I'm just reporting on what I read. That's my job. Welcome everyone to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. I'm Ethan Van Sciver, and it's time to look at what's going on in the news and comics. Hello. I've only got 3 people watching me. That's plenty. That's plenty because those 3 people are going to go tell everyone. And, that's how news used to be spread in the old days. It was all word of mouth. One person would hear about John Boyega addressing a fan push for him to play Green Lantern or Blade, and he would tell other people, and then before you knew it, everyone would know that John Boyega had an opinion about playing Blade or Green Lantern in the movie. Hi. Hello, everyone. Hello. All right, so let us begin. Hello, Oliver Reeves. Hello, everyone. All right, so today was just one of those days. Like I was just saying, I wake up in the morning and I'm like you. I read the news, and I make videos because I think some people would rather hear me tell them what's going on in the world rather than actually having to read about it themselves. I mean, essentially, I read through everything and give you guys a decent opinion of what's going on. I distill the news down to, its basic components, and I let you guys know. Now, today I woke up and everyone was talking about how Deadpool 2 sucks, and how people who have seen Deadpool 2 were basically rioting in anger, like fury about how bad it is, and that Fox is panicked over it. And all this stuff. And I reported it, and it made people very, very sad. It made people very upset. And then I waited a little longer, and the EIC, that's editor-in-chief of Collider, came out, and he said that he heard that Deadpool doesn't suck at all. Well, he said it doesn't suck that bad. So I made another news report about that. Now, as a consequence of my fair and balanced reporting, which I do believe it has been. At no point have I shown any prejudice one way or the other. I have lost 358 subscribers today, just today alone, over my mixed reports about whether or not Deadpool 2 is good. I'm concerned. It's not exactly supposed. I didn't do anything about it. I didn't help make Deadpool 2. I'm just telling you what people are saying. You don't have to shoot the messenger. But literally 486 subscribers walked away from my channel today because they didn't want to know what was going on in the world. This is troubling. It's very, very troubling. I would say don't blame me. I'd appreciate it if you just kind of say, oh, well, Ethan told us, and we should be concerned, but we can't blame Ethan. I appreciate that, and I would appreciate you carrying that with you in your heart as we talk about the news today. John Boyega addresses fan push for him to play Green Lantern or Blade. Now, this is a CBR article, but luckily Kieran Shack did not write it. Or he would be asking you for money somewhere in the article. By the way, if you'd like to send me some money, that would be just fine. Let's read this article together. Pacific Rim Uprising star John Boyega has been the subject of numerous fan casts, placing him in popular superhero roles. I've never heard of him. Have you guys heard of him? I mean, I don't really understand. Too young to be either hero, says Cruder Quotient. Well, all right, let's find out. Maybe he might be young, but he's probably pretty mature. He's probably pretty world-wise. He's Finn? This is Finn in Star Wars? The mustache threw me off. All right, so let's find out what Finn in Disney Star Wars says. Including DC Comics' Jon Stewart in the upcoming and bound to be excellent Green Lantern Corps, as well as Marvel's Blade. Some of you may not know, this is an aside, but there was a Blade TV show 10 years ago, maybe a little longer. It was on the FX network, I think. No, it was on Spike. It was on that, it was something like that. Anyway, Jeff Johns was writing it, and he named the main character Marcus Van Sciver, after me. So you can go find the Marvel's Blade, and you'll hear people going, how long have you worked for Van Sciver? It's like stuff like that. It's really, really great. Vedant Sings, thank you so much for the super chat. Hi, Uncle Ethan. What happened to fan favorite series Brutally Honest Portfolio reviews? Also, John is cool, but yeah, he is young, but mature too. Well, Vedant, I must tell you, I don't know. I'm having fun reporting the news. I will get back to Brutally Honest. I do have a stack of them piled up, but I feel like this is interesting right now. Comic book news. Should I get back to Brutally Honest Portfolios? I don't want to do them live anymore because I have to say I just choose them at random, and I'm often just flummoxed by them. Like facing them live for the first time, having had no chance to consider them. I'm pretty stunned. Yeah, review Richard's portfolio. Well, again, we talk about this, and I am not sure. What's going on? Why are people typing 7? Is Nurkish in here? That'd be nice. All right, I will do more Brutally Honest Portfolio reviews, but I will not review Richard's stuff. It's pointless. He knows. You guys already took care of him. All right, so that's Marvel's Blade. Now, the actor has addressed the possibility of taking on those roles. Screen Rant asked Boyega whether he'd be interested in becoming part of a comic book movie universe. I mean, yeah, he responded. I mean, that wouldn't be a problem. I just don't know who. However, when it was suggested that he play Stewart or Blade, Boyega replied, "They're doing a Green Lantern? Ugh. And Wesley, man, that's Wesley Snipes for Blade. I would want to see Wesley." All right, well, that's strange. Let me see if we can do that again. I'm a bit of an actor myself, so let me try to read the line that he's given. Okay, so, hey Boyega, you want to play Jon Stewart, who is the leader of the Green Lantern Corps? He's a seasoned Marine. He has incredible leadership qualities. He's a sniper, a sharpshooter, and a skilled practitioner in the art of war. They're doing a Green Lantern? Ugh. Ugh. All right, so I guess the answer is no. I'd actually like to hear that. It's hard to see it like in print like that. It kind of I need maybe context, maybe like hearing it in context, like actually seeing it isn't getting through his point, and maybe he had I don't know, maybe he had different feelings than what are coming through with these noises that have been written out for me. Like, what did the groan sound like? Was it more like, yeah, was it like that? That would be a different context. This is CBR, however, so I think that we can trust that what's being implied here is pretty accurate about how he feels. Boyega's remarks seem to indicate he's not particularly interested in pursuing either role, although that could certainly change. Wow. Let me tell you, another Star Wars movie like that, I think it will. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige has suggested he's open to making another Blade movie, but the fans shouldn't expect to see the character anytime soon. So in other words, no. No. If you're saying, yeah, I'd make another movie, but no time soon, the answer is no. So let's see what you guys are saying here. Jon Stewart always seemed mature, said Oliver Reeves. Yes. See you next Tuesday. Spell said, I don't want a snarky millennial Jon Stewart. I don't either. That's not really who Jon Stewart is. This would be a different version of Jon Stewart. Orange Face says, oh God, he's one of those who only know GL from the movie. Ugh, he needs to watch the awesome animated or the classic Justice League cartoon. I'd recommend Your Comics, EVS, but it's hard to get people into comics. Yeah, I know. And I would keep those recommendations too. I agree with those. The animated series was great. The classic Justice League cartoon in which Jon Stewart appeared. I think he was great in those, and that would be a good way to maybe give him a flavor for the character. We got some messages that are held for review because they're full of obscenity, and I think the obscenity is, in some cases here it might be justified. Boyega, Oliver Reeves points out, Oliver Reeves, he was a good actor, wasn't he? He was good in, I think it was called The Werewolf of London. Boyega did play a serious, quiet teenager in Attack the Block. Cruder Quotient says, EVS, who would you want as the villain in the GL movie? Well, definitely not John Boyega, who doesn't like the character. So I would like the villain to be Evil Star. And I just said that right off the top of my head. I think that would be really cool. Let's make Evil Star good. So what else does he have to say? How'd that happen? Let's go back here. Everybody wants to play Jon Stewart. Look at this. Hold on. But fans shouldn't expect to see the character anytime soon. Wesley Snipes, has expressed interest in reprising the role, but it's likely Marvel would want to bring in someone new. Yeah, it was working, so why not just completely throw it out and start over again with someone who is untested and unloved. Casting for Green Lantern Corps is still very much in the air. Fast and the Furious star Tyrese Gibson confirmed talks with Warner Brothers in 2017 to play Stewart, but there's little indication those discussions have progressed. Well, what would you like? What kind of indication would you like? For goodness sakes, maybe it's none of your business. Maybe it's personal. Screenwriter Michael Green has also expressed his desire to see American Gods actor Ricky Whittle put on Stewart's ring. Who's Ricky Whittle? Do you guys know? Yeah, I've never heard of him. See you next Tuesday says Atrocitus, get that paycheck, EVS. I didn't even think of that. See, that's how unselfish I am. I didn't even think about a character that I own a piece of appearing in the movie, but I would like that paycheck, sure. And Atrocitus should be, better known, wider audience. That'd be terrific. Ricky Whittle, does anybody know? Whittle sucks, model pretty boy. Plays Shadow. Who's the Shadow? I'll look him up. I don't know. Some of you are saying you didn't get a notice. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Make sure that you're still subscribed. I'm telling you, ever since I just broke the news to people that Deadpool 2 might not be a big hit flick, I lost 684 subscribers and counting, and that might have been you. So make sure that you're subscribed and hit the bell for notifications. Arriving in theaters, March 23rd, director Stephen DeKnight's Pacific Rim. So if you want to see this guy who makes fun of Green Lantern, star in Pacific Rim, that is coming up. That is opening March 23rd. Okay, so I want you to just enjoy that. You guys are saying Common, but Common is corny. Yeah. All right, let's see this. Now we're continuing. I just want to look at a couple more things here because Black Canary disses Plastic Man in Scooby-Doo and Batman Brave and the... What's this? Brave and the Bold, I hope. Yeah, Brave and the Bold clip. That's interesting. Black Canary. Black Canary was in Birds of Prey. CBR has an exclusive look at the new animated film Scooby-Doo and Batman, The Brave and the Bold, which teams the Dark Knight detective with Scooby and the gang. The film finds Batman working alongside the Mystery Incorporated members, Scooby-Doo, Shaggy, Fred, Daphne, and Velma, when villains from both their worlds, Batman villains Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Ventriloquist, Killer Croc, and Scarecrow, as well as classic Scooby-Doo villains Ghost Clown. Wow, Ghost Clown. Ghost Clown. I did a whole video about a Ghost Clown. I didn't know the Ghost Clown was a Scooby-Doo villain. Spooky Space Kook, another great name. Gentleman Ghost and Minor 49er unite to commit crimes. Gentleman Ghost is not a Scooby-Doo villain as far as I know. That's a Justice Society or Hawkman villain. In the clip, we see the assembled heroes, Mystery Inc., Batman, and the mystery analysts of Gotham jump into action when a crime is committed after some initial confusion and a sick burn on Plastic Man by Black Canary. The team settles on a course of action and are ready to enact Batman's plan. Batman, the Brave and the Bold debuted in 2001 before coming to an end in 2011. Now, 7 years later, Dietrich Bader, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's hear this sick burn. Whatever it is, it's not called for. It's uncalled for.
Beautiful burrito ingredients divided
Ew.
in the loneliest way. But all good ingredients.
Oh my god, imagine that in your stomach getting mashed up by your colon, by your intestines,
Chicken,
like
meat
this.
cheese, meat rice.
Ugh.
Rice, meat salsa, salsa, meat beans.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
I'm in a perfectly mixed up
Stop
dream.
mashing up the food.
Pancheros, ingredients bobbed fresh.
Okay, I will never eat at Pancheros, ever in my life after seeing that.
The words of Hieronymus, a crime alert.
Probably someone stealing televisions.
You'd know a thing or two about that, wouldn't you?
Damn!
It's a sign.
Whoa, she said he steals TV. Hold on, let me see that again. Look at Plas, he looks good. Let's see.
Probably someone stealing televisions.
You'd know a thing or two about that, wouldn't you? Look again.
You... What the hell? Did you guys see that? Did you see that? I gotta see the rest of this. Are there any more sick burns on Plastic Man? She said that Plastic Man steals TVs. I don't think he steals no TVs. That is terrible. And he wasn't even looking for that. Like, I think he was being helpful. I want to see that again for context. And by the way, and she looked like she was in a real bad mood. Look at this. Look at her attitude. That is what we call a crapatitude. A crapatitude, which is a crap attitude. Look at that. Look at that face. He didn't do nothing to you. He came in. He was all happy. He's got a long neck. You know, he's having a good time. Smile. Smile. Hold on a second. Let me get rid of that. Can I get rid of that? Yeah, I think I can. All right. 1, 2. Headline, oh kitty city, turn that frown upside down. Upside down. No? Wait a second. Upside down. Lionel Kitty City makes... All right, so, yeah, smile. He didn't do anything to you at all, and you immediately come in and roast his ass. Roast his ass. Let me see that again. Context. Context is important.
A crime alert.
Probably someone stealing televisions.
You'd know a thing or two about that, wouldn't you?
Look again. That's a scientific storage facility used to hold material.
Well, it was the way he said it, though. You know, he said it like probably someone stealing televisions. He should have said it like this. Probably someone stealing televisions. Like it's no big deal. Like the Justice League doesn't need to get involved. but he said it like wistfully. Probably someone stealing televisions, like he wanted to be there. Let's watch that bad line reading again.
A crime alert.
Probably someone stealing televisions.
You know a
See
thing or
that?
two about that.
Just see, you see what I'm saying?
Probably someone stealing televisions.
You'd know a thing or two about that, wouldn't you?
He said it like he wanted to be there.
Probably someone stealing televisions.
You'd know a thing or two about that, wouldn't you?
Look again. That's
Whatever.
a scientific storage facility used to hold materials that are
I
especially
don't know.
dangerous or
Yeah, that is, you know, I don't know. What do you guys think? I just don't think Plastic Man needs the icy cold diss. And by the way, if anyone's going to be dissing, it should be, it should be Plastic Man dissing her. Like in a gentle way, you know? In a gentle way. Not like in a rude way. So Plastic Man is a big deal right now. Some of you may be aware of this news as well. Let's see. Oh, here we go. DC to launch Plastic Man miniseries from Gail Simone and Adriana, I think it's Milo? That's a piece of art here, but this art is actually, I believe it's Aaron Lopresti. And it's really pretty good. I like Plastic Man's messy, kind of Superman haircut here. Let's read this. All right. Well, Wildcard Productions says that was a terrible roasting. I seriously don't get it. Okay, so you have to know Plastic Man. Plastic Man has a criminal past. As E.L. O'Brien, and Gail's going to tell you that in a second. As E.L. O'Brien, he used to be a criminal, but he was a mobster. I don't think he ever would do something like steal a TV. I just don't think he would do that. He's a gangster. All right, so we got to talk about this. Oh, not the homeless Mexican again. We got to remove this dude. Or no, put him in a timeout. I like that. Yeah. Okay. Gail Simone's next project will see the writer team with her Birds of Prey collaborator Adriana Mello for a 6-issue Plastic Man miniseries. The series goes on sale in June. And Golden Age Hero. Gail says, when I think about Plastic Man, he was genuinely funny, the first superhero. He was genuinely the first funny superhero. Simone told Sci-Fi Wire, I'm obviously attracted to that. There's this great mixture of tragedy in there too that I love. The humor comes from a place of pain. And a lot of people I know, the bravest ones, deal with their pain through humor. So I really like trying to find that balance and keeping that roller coaster going where there's enough tragedy going on in the I don't know what she's saying here. But anyway, Gail and I were going to do Plastic Man together a while ago as part of Day of the Composites. So that didn't get finished, but fortunately, I think this is going to get finished. So you'll get to see Gail Simone's version of Plastic Man, which is probably going to be a little bit different than mine. But since we did kind of discuss things together, there might be some similarities. I hope so. I mean, I like this right here is really, really pretty good, even though Plastic Man's absolutely gigantic in this shot. Great Aaron Lopresti art. He's a terrific guy. So, Plastic Man is my favorite superhero at DC, even more so than Green Lantern. Yeah, even more so than Green Lantern. So, you guys support this book when it comes out. It's only 6 issues. The problem with Plastic Man is that, as a silly kind of character, that people see him as silly. His comics don't really sell very well normally, and I was keenly aware of this the whole time. That I wanted to work on Plastic Man. I felt like I would do it and it wouldn't sell, and that would be bad. But this time, support this book, please, because we want to keep Plastic Man out and doing things besides just being a character in the Terrifics. What do you guys think? Yeah, the Terrifics is really, really good. So, it's like the more Plastic Man, the better. And, this is Jack Cole's character. You have to do this for Jack Cole. Move the needle for Jack Cole. Wildcard Production says, any idea why the CW calls him Elongated Man instead of Plastic Man? No, I have no idea. And I heard his name is like close to E.L. O'Brien too. What is under Plastic Man shades? His eyes. I mean, just his. You want to see? I mean, I've got Plastic Man art of my own here. I wouldn't mind sharing with you. Like I said, I mean, few characters are dearer to my heart than Plastic Man, and it's important to me. Like, it's really important to me that he succeed, even if I don't get to draw the book. I don't. I don't want to. I wouldn't want to see the book fail due to lack of interest. So I would tell you guys, please do support it. Let me see. I have a whole thing. I have a whole section of Plastic Man drawings. They're so fun. And you guys maybe will roast my Plastic Man drawings brutally. Aaron Lopresti's so great, dude. He is really, really great. Underrated artist, if ever there was one. And a nice guy too. Really, really super guy. Hey, where are my Plastic Man drawings? Dun, 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 dun. You like Mr. Fantastic more? Akashic Soldier says, is Plastic Man made out of plastic? Does his body melt under extreme heat? His body is like plastic. I don't know if he's literally made out of plastic, but I could picture him melting in extreme heat, I suppose. All right, let's see here. Here's some Plastic Man by me. This is kind of famous. Ooh, this was a piece of art that was in the story. I worked with Mark Wade on the origin of. Yeah, I did. I missed your super chat, Val Delinquent. I'm sorry. I was looking for Plastic Man art. Val Delinquent, thank you. Damn it, YouTube. Why ain't you notifying me of Uncle Ethan's live streams? I was wanting to ask advice on how to script an opening in a comic that needs to summarize 1,000 years of future history. Wow. Wow. How would I don't know. I'm not a writer. I would simply do maybe a double-page spread of a collage of events, of important events that happened over 1,000 years. I mean, that would just be the best way to do it, I think. Good luck to you, Val Delinquent. That's quite a task. All right, so here's Plastic Man in the Mark Wade book. And you can see I kind of gave him a little bit of the Superman do too. This is the new design that I had done for me and Gail's Plastic Man relaunch right there. And I don't know. I mean, I felt like one of the problems with Plastic Man is that unlike Superman or Batman, Superman and Batman's costumes evolved an awful lot over the years. If you look at the Golden Age Superman costume, it looks way different than it looks now. And the same with Batman. Things were just evolved and changed, etc. Well, Plastic Man's costume never changed. It was always the same. And that's fine. I mean, that's really cool. But, his bare legs and his kind of sewed up chest and everything, I don't know. I think it would be better to just give it a shot at trying something new, and respectfully. Oh, Kay Brady, thank you. Oh, I'm getting a lot of super chats here. Thank you for the diaper money. Appreciate it. Chris Wojcik, Uncle Wolfgang. Oh, yeah, Wolfgang. Please land a live stream interview with legend John Byrne. Oh, that would be terrific. But I'll bet he'll say no. I don't think he's really interested. Thank you for the super chat. I would ask him, though, and I'd be very respectful. I would also ask Walt Simonson, who I think might do it. I know I'm getting a lot of people saying, hey, we need more interviews. I'm being careful doing interviews with guys. Can I be frank with you? I mean, I'm worried about it. I'm worried about, in this political environment, people being on this show, and I've had many people reach out and want to be on the show, and I've kind of said, you know what, why don't you chill until people aren't crazy, and then we'll get back to live interviews, because I don't want their careers to be affected Now there are some people who are so big that it doesn't really matter, and I think guys like Walt Simonson are like that. Tempest Fowl says, Ethan, why aren't you on Green Lantern Corps anymore? Where are you now? Where can I find you? Tempest Fowl, that book comes out every 2 weeks, and I'm somebody who might be able to do 8 issues a year, so you do the math. It's like I'm working as hard as I can, but you can't like panic when you don't see my name on that title for a few issues. I'll tell you, issue 42 is my next issue that comes out, and I think issue 40 is coming out. Like so, in a month you're gonna get another issue by me, and then after that I'm doing 45, and so issue number 45 is what's on my desk right now, and then I'm going to do issue number 47. I think, I don't know. Things change all the time, but I think it's either 47 or 48, and I hope that's okay with you guys. All right, and I hope that answers your question. That book. I gotta just slow down. I gotta slow down. Hi, Studio Bad Guy, Uncle Ethan. What's up? Not much. Just hanging out, talking Plastic Man. Okay. All right, so let's see what this is. Okay, so somebody asked what Plastic Man would look like without the eyes, or without his glasses on. Very handsome. He just looks like, a normal fellow. This was a fantasy cover. I drew this Plastic Man because somebody asked that actual question. They said, what would Plastic Man look like without his glasses down? So I, put him up over his head like a dude bro, and did this little sketch for someone. Somebody says, absolutely disgusting. Wait, what did I say? LOL freak. Nice, looks weird. What? I'm trying to catch on. Still scares children. LOL kidding. Wait. All right. You guys don't like this drawing. This was a fantasy cover because, as you can say, Simone Van Sciver. But it was just a sketch that I did. You can see his little legs down here, standing on the ground. But yeah, people, he just looks like a regular dude. But he's handsome. I mean, the thing about Plastic Man that you need to understand is that he chose this face. This isn't E.L. O'Brien's face. E.L. O'Brien looks like he's not as good looking. He's a lot more of a mobster. He's a lot more of a mug. Plastic Man disguises himself by changing his face when he's Plastic Man. So as E.L. O'Brien, he looks completely different, But yeah. Do you think he looks like Elvis, really? Net Dawn, why aren't you on the new Plastic Man book? I will tell you why. Because I draw Green Lantern. That's why. And this book has been planned for 2 years now. And DC was good enough to call me and say, hey, is it okay with you? And I said, yeah, it's fine. I like Gail. So Gail can go ahead and do Plastic Man without me. I want to stay on Green Lantern. And that's kind of what happened. That was nice of them, though. I did appreciate it. What kind of power ring would Plastic Man get? He would get a Green Lantern ring or an Orange Lantern ring. Yeah. Ned Thorne says, oh, that's cool, thanks. Listen, DC has done right by me. I mean, don't ever think otherwise. They're not a sneaky company. They have always done right. And I did, I appreciated that. I felt like they were holding him for me for a long time. And I would never get around to it. So what, is Plastic Man just going to sit around doing nothing? No, you got to put a book out. Akashic, let me see what else is. Hold on. Some of these I can't read. Is there any other book that you would love to work on? Just curious. Jeffrey Valise. Jeffrey, yeah, my own book, and that book is called Cyberfrog. And we are now coming up on 20 years since I walked away from Cyberfrog. And I own the character, and I have an idea, a meaningful idea for bringing him back. Like an idea that sums up how I feel. Oh, I don't want to cry. That was weird. Don't tell Zach. I got choked up for a minute. Okay. I have an idea for the Return of Cyberfrog that sums up how I feel about the comic book industry and how much I love comics and what I feel might have gone wrong. And that idea has been sitting with me for a couple of years. And yeah, oh, damn it. I'm not emotional at all. I have zero emotions. Okay, Akashic Soldier, thank you. $2 for Cyberfrog. I appreciate that. Yeah. So he's a Russian bot. Yeah, I like Kyle Baker's Plastic Man too. I thought that was really, really good stuff. Val Delinquent says, yeah, is Cyberfrog confirmed to be returning then? No, but maybe, I don't know. Water Jabbers, thank you for the super chat. It's nice to hear DC is doing right by its artists, what with Marvel being an SJW haven. Loved your work with GL, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Ned Thon, thank you for the super chat. Loving Zod and Green Lantern now. Really, really cool. Ace Wolf says, zero emotions. What are you, data? Yeah, I have emotions, but I can't show them to you guys. That's not right. Yeah, so that's the thing. I mean, Cyberfrog was the character that kind of propelled me into the business, and things were much different, much different in the industry when Cyberfrog was being published. And he's been gone now. Like, he's been gone for 20 years. And so the question has to be, where has he been? You know, and what is the world like now? And that's kind of the story I want to tell. So, thinking about it. Henry 2 says, are you yourself a cyberfrog? I think I know what you mean by that, and I would say no. Iwazaru said, yo, EVS, I was going through my old Wizard magazines, and there are so many ads for Cyberfrog in there. Even a contest where you draw Cyberfrog beating up the person or group of the winner's choice, LOL. Yeah, we used to do stuff like that all the time. Would bringing back Cyberfrog end with you being sued by Matt Fury? I really hope not. I respect Matt Fury. I think he created a great character, and I feel bad for what happened to him for it. Is Cyberfrog actually Pepe? No, he isn't at all. He's way different than Pepe. Bob Delinquent asks again. Some of you guys have like really, really good questions. So if Cyberfrog returns, will you be writing for him again, or will you be hiring a writer this time, since you say you're not a writer? I don't know. I you know what? I would take a crack at writing. I feel like it now. I feel older. When I say I'm not a writer, I mean I don't want to touch DC properties that way. I don't want to write anything like that. But would I write something that was intensely personal to me? You bet I would. That's art. I would commit an act of art at my own hands. I don't think I would want to do something like Superman. Do you have a frog fetish? Cruder Quotient asks. Yeah, kinda. Benjamin Hopwoods says, Ethan, you show emotions all the time. Watch some of the older videos. Oh, you're right. But I'm being flippant lately. There you go. Tell us your idea, sneak preview. No. But you know what? If I do it, you'll see it soon, because I'll have a preview. Like, the whole thing about it is this. Here's the thing. I miss, and this is going to sound dumb, but we talked about this a little bit in a different video. I really miss this kind of thing. I miss ash cans. I miss getting a book like underway and then releasing an ash can preview. Getting people excited. And it's like, that's the kind of thing that I want to do again, the way things worked in the 1990s. Yeah, so that's, you would know about it pretty quickly. Where are you going to publish that? You guys have to scroll back a little bit here. I'm not saying I'm going to, okay? I'm saying that I might. You never know. I love the character, and it just occurred to me that it has been 20 years. 20 years since I stopped drawing him and started working for DC. Have you ever eaten frog's legs? I never have, and I never would. I don't think amphibian is. I just don't think that's meant for human consumption. Yeah. Vile Delinquent says, "Can we see your pet frogs? We know you have them. Show them, old man." Are you serious? I do have a pet frog. I have one. He's upstairs though, so I don't want to take you to see him right now. Maybe I'll make a video where you'll get a look at him. Cyberfrog and Pepe. Yeah, I know. Well, that is interesting though. That is an interesting kind of coincidence. And I actually made fun of that before when we were looking at the Cyberfrog Creed crossover book, and it's like there were two animals in that book. There was a frog and a lobster. And I didn't have any politics back in 1998. I think I was just kind of like, hey, I'm just kind of a thoughtless Democrat, kind of, like I would have voted for Bill Clinton, but I didn't vote in the 90s, so I didn't vote for him. But I would have, just thoughtlessly, because that was what was on TV. And then at the same time, I'm sort of predicting, like I'm predicting Jordan Peterson's lobsters, and then Pepe, in a way, frogs. Yeah. How many pets do I have? I have 3 chinchillas, a rabbit, and a frog. Thoughtless Democrat. Is there any other kind? No, there are Democrats who are very intent, and I don't know. I wasn't one of them. I think that when you're a kid, you just kind of go with the flow, and it doesn't. Your politics don't occur to you until later. Wasting your vote is sad. Well, okay, it's true, but I just didn't care. I really didn't care. I remember having really weird, like, anti-political attitudes when I was a kid. Ethan, do you like Dragon Ball? A little bit. I like the way it looks. I've never seen a Dragon Ball Z cartoon, though. Ned Thon asks, where's that Plastic Man art from? This was a commission that was done for somebody, I think. Or no, it was just done for fun on my Facebook. And then somebody picked it up and colored it and turned it into this kind of imaginary cover for a book that would never be. Yeah. But it's pretty neat. And it's, I have some more Plastic Man artwork too. Lots of it. Little Star Girl. What are you saying here? I don't think. All right. I don't know if this is your message is being held. I hope this is real because it's kind of racial here. Okay. A Little Star Girl says Democrats sent my black family to the back of the bus when they used identity politics to segregate blacks. I just don't think doing it to whites is fair. That's just vengeance. I mean, very thoughtful. Hi. Let's see. Andrea's here. Everyone say hi to Andrea. Yeah. If there was a Plastic Man movie, who should play Plastic Man? Ray Liotta back in the Hi Andrea. Hi. Yeah, I would say Ray Liotta back in the Goodfellas days. Ethan, what's the next con you will be attending? Asks Alex Hernandez. I'm going to go to Atlantic City in April. And where are we going? New Jersey. There's like a North Jersey show that we're going to do. And then we're going to go to Florida. We're doing we're going to do Free Comic Book Day in Orlando. And
we'll be back in October.
And then we'll be back in Florida in October. Adam Adair says, hi, Andrea. Thanks for sharing Ethan with us. Yeah, she just did her workout. I got to do mine in a little bit. Boner Man. I love saying Boner Man. You should be the leader of Comicsgate. Uncle Ethan's heart and actions are utterly maybe clouded. They're those of justice. Well, thanks, I guess. Trent Kanuga has moved on to digital art. That is true. And he is, he's in video games though, really. He doesn't do comic books except for fun. Yeah. Nasser says, Ethan, did the book come? No, Nasser, it did not come. Dalton Beauregard, why did you choose to draw traditionally over digitally, EVS? Pros and cons. I like to just get my hands in there, and I like to it's very tactile. I really like to just draw with my hands. I haven't, to be fair, I haven't really experimented with digital yet, and I'm afraid that if I do it, I will like it. What are the cons, though? Guys, this is a business, and really, like, this is how I make money and feed my family. So original art is a huge, it's a whole lot of revenue comes from original art. So when you draw digitally, you don't have any original art to sell. And geez, I mean, my original art sells for like $100 to $300 a page. Sometimes like a lot more if it's something special. Losing that income would be terrible. It'd be stupid. So I draw by hand. You sell digital art. Well, you could, yeah. You could. No, I don't know anything about anything that's going on at DC. Wildcard Productions says, I don't mean to sound impatient, but portfolio review. Wildcard, we talked about this earlier in the chat. I'm not going to do portfolio reviews live, and I'll tell you why. Like, lately, they're triggering me live. I really need to sit with them and then actually record them and present them. And I will do, I owe you a portfolio review, I think. I owe the channel portfolio review, and a good one, a quality one. Not me just going, what the hell? Like, stammering. That's not... that's not a good service to the industry or to you guys. So I'll record a really, really good and thoughtful portfolio review where I can actually redraw some panels. And yeah. Little Star Girl says, your channel, dude. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but here's the thing. Once you, Jesus says it's entertaining. I don't want to like hurt any, like, this is the whole thing. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. And it's really, like, sometimes it's frustrating to look at artwork and you're just like, what is this? Like, I can't even comment on this. Like, it may be fun for you, but it can't be fun for the person whose artwork it is. So I don't, that is the issue. Good question, EVS. Could digital art ever sell like regular art? I wonder in the future. I don't know how. Ethan needs a safe space for his reviews. Let's leave him be, guys. I don't need a safe space. I just want to do a quality job. This is fun. I can talk to you guys. We can talk about the news. Bleeding Cool did an article about Gail Simmons' Plastic Man, and of course Rich Johnson wanted to bust my balls about it. He put my name in the review or in the article and was like, Ethan's not doing this. Yeah, we got to talk about it. Plastic Man is important, and I want you guys to know that this is okay and it's cool, and it was all like, I was aware of it 2 years ago, and don't worry. What DC characters do you want to reintroduce into Rebirth? Well, Bonerman wants Ambush Bug, and yeah, well, that'd be fun. Wildcard says he hasn't sent his yet. He just really likes the reviews. I promise it. Here's the thing, it is important that I do a review every day, because you guys, I'm getting paid quite a bit now for my Patreon. And I put that Patreon up, like, kind of like saying, hey, I'm spending time on these videos, so it would be great if you guys could help, like, replace the income that gets lost. And you guys, like, really did come through. And my Patreon, I think I have 102 patrons, which is a lot. And in return for that, it's like I want to provide the content to this channel that you guys actually want the most. And that seems to be those brutally honest portfolio reviews. So I don't take that lightly. I take it seriously. Just understand the reason why there isn't one right now is because I've been doing them live, and I'm not happy with the way they turn out when I do them live. I want to do a good job, on those, so that I feel like I'm being paid for something quality. Val Delinquent, what about those secret commentaries? I miss those. Yeah, I got to get back to those too. I forgot. I just started talking about the news, and I started really enjoying it. Nerf Clax is here. He says I can start the stream. He's here. Thank you. Thanks for coming. The stream has officially begun. Joshua Tavares, thank you for the super chat. Digital art could sell like original with blockchain. Oh, I don't know what you mean by that, but interesting. I'm an old man, so you guys have to tell me some of these terms, some of this technology that I'm not aware of yet. Would you make a video about how much writers making comics would be interesting? Dalton Beauregard asks. I don't know how much they make page rate wise. I get the feeling a writer makes about $2,000 per script. That's my guess. Maybe a little more, maybe between $2,000 and $3,000 a script. But that's not where the money comes from. The money really comes from royalties, because writers can hammer out, a good writer can hammer out 3 or 4 books per month. So then you're making, whereas an artist can barely get 1 issue done per month. And a writer is getting all the royalties. The royalties are equal, artist and writer. So we're working harder for our royalties, technically, than the writer is. And if a writer is banging out 4 issues a month, those royalties stack up. Some of these things I'm reading and I'm just like, yeah, I would love to read that aloud, but no. Let's see. I will miss the Shmoo live review moments. Well, that guy could do another portfolio. I would like to see his improvement and maybe continue that story a little bit more. Little Star Girl again. I like your Brutal Secrets. Take your time. Brutal Secrets is the bread and butter. That's where it's at. All right. I hear you. That was a hit series. That really was. Joshua Tavares, thank you for another super chat. Up and coming tech to make unique digital assets. All right, well, keep me informed about it. I would like to know. Robert Munoz, EVS, is there a writer you would like to work with one day? I'd very much like to work with Scott Snyder. Very much. I'm not on his level yet. I don't deserve to work with him yet. And that's just the fact. But I will get there. And then, I want a writer to be happy to be working with me. I don't want a writer to be like, oh no, I'm settling. The reason why I get to work with Jeff Johns is because, we worked together when we were young. So we kind of grew up together. Oh, and all of you. Umbrella Guy says, why don't you think you're on Scott Snyder's level? That's just an expression of my admiration for him and his work. And also him as a person. I think he's a really super, super person. Uncle Ethan, why Shinto Ketchup? Why does DC Comics have no letters pages? Because nobody sends letters anymore. And that's the whole reason. That was the whole reason. March Hare says, I think you can hang with Snyder. Well, I did once. We got wasted and went to a casino in Baltimore. And it was me and him and Charles Soule. And Charles kept giving him money and he kept losing it. Meanwhile, I made $3,500 at blackjack. So it was pretty great. Let's see. Nasser says, me and Ethan will sell 1 million copies when we work on a comic together. Oh, cool. I hope so. Yeah. EBS wasted. That'd be hilarious to see. Robert Munoz? I gotta pronounce all your names right. Yeah, it is hilarious to see. Cyberfrog and Scud. Major Tom 331. He brings up Scud the Disposable Assassin. Wow, that brings back memories. That was a great indie book from the 90s that was out just before Cyberfrog came out. Yeah, so, that would be great to see him back. Some of you have already seen me wasted. Yeah, I can only drink when I'm done my work. I got drunk the other night, right before the convention where I met Pee Wee Herman. I stayed up all night with my buddy drinking and watching Ed Wood. And I might have tweeted some things that I regretted. Let's see. A good way, guys, for me to notice your questions is to do what Bonerman and Wildcard Productions are doing, which is to type at Comic Artist Pro Secrets, and it lights up for me. I can see your questions. Bonerman asks, who are your major influences outside of comics that you studied and copied their art, if you have? Derek Riggs from Iron Maiden, who does the Iron Maiden album covers. Loved his stuff growing up. Big influence. Wildcard Productions. What's the best way to draw from life? Where do you go? Who do you draw? Do you give yourself a time limit? To be honest with you, Wildcard, I don't do much life drawing anymore because I'm chasing deadlines all the time. But I used to like to just sit around. When I was a kid and I was doing a lot of life drawing, I used to work at a caricature stand and a portrait stand at the mall. So I was doing a lot of life drawing and getting paid to do it. But also just sitting around waiting for buses and things, when you're a kid and you just have a pad and you draw and you have your headphones on. It's really nice. Clayton Kindle, a way to encourage your 10-year-old son to draw. Good question. I'm a dad too, Clayton. I have a 2-year-old daughter. I have an 11-year-old step daughter, and I have a 19-year-old now. He's turning 19 in an hour, son. And a way to encourage them is to overpraise them. Kids are just looking for parents to praise what they're doing. And if you tell them that they are so good and they're so impressive and so gifted, they will become exactly what you are praising them for. They will. They'll rise to your to meet your expectations and to receive more praise. So I recommend that. And what a kind and good question, Clayton. Thank you. No, not Plan 9, March Hare. I watched the Ed Wood movie with Johnny Depp, which I had saved on my TV. I love Ed Wood. Absolutely love him. Saggy Bone says, what are the best retcons in comics? Rebirth, Green Lantern Rebirth, and Flash Rebirth by me and Jeff. Would you ever work with Grant Morrison again? Asked Critter Quotient. Oh, in a heartbeat. Oh my God. Now that I'm older, yeah. Nasser 13, what's your next issue coming out? That is Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps number 42, which I think comes out in a month. And I'm working on number 45 now, and then I'm going to work on number 47. So there you go. Those are the next 3 issues by me. Yeah, just so you're aware. Dalton Beauregard, I want to pick up some of your work. I've only read Aquaman before this. Which of your volumes should I pick up that requires no previous reading? Okay, so go get Green Lantern Rebirth from 2005. You can get the trade paperback on Amazon. Might be between $10 and $15. Read that. I think you'll enjoy it. And then just keep going from there with Green Lantern. Comic Artist Pro Secrets from Josh. You ever check out Richard Friend's channel? No. I didn't know he had a channel. I'll look. Comics Misexplained. How are those Gray Lanterns coming along? Yeah. Static like aura. That's a good idea. My favorite Iron Maiden cover is Live After Death, which is, Power Slave is great too, but Live After Death is just unreal. It's so good. If you've never seen Iron Maiden Live After Death, it's Eddie looking like a zombie, busting out of his grave with like his shirt all ripped up, and there's lightning is hitting him, and he's all electric. Couldn't possibly be cooler. I'm sure you've seen it. It's such an iconic image for the band Iron Maiden. But if you haven't seen it and you just love good comic book art, that you will really like that and all of his art. Vile Delinquent. I think I tweeted this. Can't remember. What if Superman's ship landed on Oa when he was a baby? Nothing. They would have. A Green Lantern would have taken him to Earth. He's a baby. They wouldn't have given him a ring or anything. And it's not their job to raise children. The Guardians aren't like that. Diego Segovia, when will you start the Rainbow Brute Kickstarter? All right, guys, this is all. Is that what you want? You want Rainbow Brute? I'm gonna go indie. I'm watching other people do it. I want to do it too. I was thinking Cyberfrog, but maybe I'll do a Rainbow Brute one shot. Just get it out of my system. And it would be this summer. Did DC ever come to you about a book for New Age of Heroes? Nope, because I draw Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. Cruder Quotient. Thoughts on DNC's Jawbreaker special one shot? Would you do a cover? He told me, he pitched me the one shot, and I thought it sounded fun. And he told me a lot of the story beats, and I thought they sounded like a lot of fun and funny. Would I do a cover? Yeah, if I'm not exclusive to DC at the point where that comes out, I will do a cover. At the moment, I am exclusive to DC Comics. Anthony J. Manton. Could you draw Eddie with the lantern ring? Black Lantern, maybe. Anthony, I have done that before. I have. I'll find it and I'll tweet it out again for you. Big plans after 47. Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Possibly. Let's see here. I'm losing my voice. Do I have water? Yeah. Oh, I just got an email that's very interesting. Holy cow. Hold on, let me read this to myself. Oh my goodness. All right, so we made some progress on one of these fronts. Let's see, let's get back to your questions. Yeah. Bonerman, if ever given a chance, which industry legend in comics would you wish to work with? Alan Moore, Steve Ditko. So a writer, it would have to be a writer. Industry legend, someone that's still around. I don't know. I would have said Bernie Wrightson, and we lost him. Bernie Wrightson would have been at the top of my list. I guess I'd like to work with Brian Boland the most. I would find a way to do it. I would want him to ink my pencils or the other way around. Wildcard Productions. Again, if I'm working on store-bought Bristol board, what measurement should I be using to draw the page borders? All right, so if you go ahead and you get the 11 by 17 paper, you want to measure in on the sides by 1/2 inch, and top and bottom you want to measure in by about 1/2 inch and 1 millimeter. Okay, millimeter, whatever, what's the 1/10 of an inch? So 6/10 of an inch on the top and the bottom. Yeah, and that'll be fine. And then you've got your border. Studio Bad Guy. Am I too old to draw comics for a living? I'm 32. No, of course not. I'm 43, and I've only just begun. Nasser, you can't do that. Iwazaru, Rainbow Brutes crossover story. He travels the galaxy collecting all the colors of lantern rings. That's funny. No, Cyberfrog wouldn't be a one-shot. Cyberfrog would be closer to an ongoing with what I have in mind. Dalton Beauregard, is Flash Rebirth good? Yes, it is good. Should I pick that up too? Yes, thank you. You guys should know, when you buy my trade paperbacks from something like Amazon, I get royalties for that, and I get about $1, I think. So you're actually directly supporting me when you do that. By the way, I start my job Wednesday. I'm pumped to join your Patreon. Dalton, thank you so much. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Death Harukin says, have Green Lanterns ever tried to stop a Brainiac incursion besides the one assigned to Earth? Ooh, I don't know. That's a neat idea. Tempest Fowl, how can you go indie if you're exclusive to DC? Well, because contracts end. An exclusive contract is something that needs to be renegotiated after the term ends. And a lot of people choose to not extend it. And I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But so around summertime, I would have the opportunity to reconsider. Have you ever done an art trade before? Yes, I've traded artwork with Nicola. and I got Secret 6-page off of her in exchange for a Flash Rebirth page. Let's see. Yeah, I would work with Gabby Rivera, sure. Who would win in a fight, Jesus or Thor? There wouldn't be a fight. Jesus would, Jesus is a man of peace. He would, whatever the problem would be, he would fix it. What do you think of a crossover event where you share panel space with other artists drawing their depictions of, or drawing my depiction of their heroes? Too disorganized? No, that'd be fun. Stuff like that's fun. I'll scroll back to this. Change the image. Yeah, you're never too old to draw comics. Ever. Wildcard Productions, what was your question that you're asking me to repeat? I'm looking back here. I don't know. Sorry. Patricia Kapushi, thank you for the super chat. I'm reading Flash Rebirth. I'm at issue 3 now. Oh, issue 4 is... Issue 3 is great. There's a great moment in there. Issue 4 is where it starts to rock. Thanks for your support. Thanks for reading it, and thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. Army Vet Rod Patreon videos. How lonely is a cyber frog? As lonely as Rocket Raccoon? Cyber Frog has a couple of friends. Yeah, he's not that lonely. Cecil, Diversity, Inclusion, Compassion, Kindness, and Comics. My niece Julie just woke up to visit me. Can you say hello to her? Hi, Julie. Be nice to Cecil. He's a really, really funny guy. I don't know if you appreciate your uncle. He's hilarious. Daydream Continuum. When does DC take in the new artists? Are conventions the only good place to send portfolios? That's the best way, yeah. But really, the truth is, guys, it's not about portfolios. It's about doing your own independent comic book. And then DC takes notice of you, which is what happened to me. I did check out the Mystery Science Theater return. Josh, I didn't like it. No. Yeah, let's see. Saggy Bones wants to know who's the worst Green Lantern artist. I'll just say me. Wildcard Productions wants me to repeat page borders. Okay, so you've got an 11 by 17 sheet of paper. You're going to want to measure in 1/2 of an inch on the sides, on either side, and 6/10 of an inch on the top and the bottom. Okay, and then the area within is your drawing space. The area without is the area where the bleed happens, like there'll be a full bleed, but also you can write, hey, Wildcard Productions, Dog Soldiers #1, page 1, that kind of a thing. Who is my anime waifu? I better answer that question. Do I like any anime girls? Let's see, the female who drives a lion in Voltron, the pretty one. Is her name Princess? Yeah, I hope that's right. I'm not, to be honest with you, I don't know. I'm not very good at that. Cruder Quotient, do you think there are any better ways to get new talent into the industry? No, you got to draw, guys. You got to do your own books. Yeah. You do your own books, and it's so much fun. I mean, I know you want to just jump right in and draw Plastic Man right away, but it takes time, and you do have to draw and draw your own thing and prove that you can draw comic books. I mean, that is the thing. Armin Benazir, did you know you have a fan in Iran? Hello, that's me. Well, hello, Armin. Thank you so much. It's nice to have a fan in Iran. How are things over there? Fried Weiss, I'm making some Plastic Man-inspired spaghetti. I do. What's a waifu? Is that a wife? I do have a real wife. I got married in November, and she's great. Yeah. She went upstairs to take a shower after her workout, so she's not in the room. And I was able to answer your fun question about a pretend cartoon girlfriend. Oh, Princess Allura. Who's Princess? Oh, okay, that's right. Princess Allura. Okay. I thought her name was Princess. But yeah, I liked Voltron growing up. I still do. And I used to make Lego Voltrons with lions that would actually transform. And absolutely love the idea of, teamwork and making robots together and stuff. I love that stuff. Waifu means who would you beat up? Oh, don't get me in any more trouble. I've had enough trouble this year. Are there any characters that you dislike but enjoy drawing? Well, you know what? I really did recently. I don't know. I like all these characters. I really like them. I mean, there aren't too many comic book characters that I dislike that I find myself drawing. I would just say no, thank you, and not do it. You don't have to draw comics, You don't have to, draw any of this stuff. You can do, you can do whatever you want. Dalton Beauregard, were you always good at drawing? Yeah, I was the best artist in my class growing, like in grade school. But then high school came around and suddenly there was serious competition. There were a lot of really good artists. And I think we just disliked each other. We were all very jealous of each other. And art contests would happen. There would be kind of South Jersey Art Expo, high school art contest. And we'd all enter. And guess what? I won every single time. And there was always a cash prize. I won $500 for drawing the Beatles once. Would you ever consider making Fascist Frog a Cyber Frog villain? No, but I wouldn't mind making Cyber Frog into Fascist Frog again. Depending, under the circumstances of the story. Let's see. Are there any characters that intimidate you as an artist that you'd be afraid? Yeah, Adam Adair. The answer is Superman. Yeah. Hi, Cecil again. I'm glad to be on your TV. Yeah. Comic Artist Pro. Things are bad, especially, this is Armin Benazir from Iran. He says things are bad, especially for an artist who loves comics. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna pack it in for tonight. Thank you for the super chats, and wow, we were on for a pretty long time. I love chatting with you guys. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, and we'll see tomorrow. I hear you loud and clear about Brutally Honest portfolio reviews. I will do a Brutally Honest portfolio review. It will be available tomorrow, and it will be good quality. Okay, so if you're waiting for one of those, I'll get a good one done, and it'll be up tomorrow. Thank you for everyone who's donating to the Patreon again, and some of you are talking about joining the Patreon, which is I can't even believe it. Thank you. You guys are really, really good to us. Akashic Soldier, thank you for the super chat. Good night. And we'll probably do this again tomorrow night. Okay? Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.